What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back at it like a crack addict today, guys, with a 2 Wild for TV video in full effect. Salutes to Brendan Dunn, salutes to Complex Sneakers on this topic at hand. I had to go ahead and do this because this is groundbreaking news that I just saw posted up on my Twitter. Some people actually hit me up, and court documents filed in Oregon revealed new details about the millions of dollars in famous sneaker reseller Zeta Kicks scam customers out of to fund his lavish lifestyle. From that, previously, on top of that right here, Zeta Kicks allegedly accepted pre-orders for 60,000 cool gray Air Jordan 11s in 2021, bringing in $70 million for his business. He only acquired just over 6,000 pairs. That is the statement made from Twitter, which is insane. Now, while we're doing that, and I'm doing all this live as we're speaking, like, let me see how many pairs of cool gray 11s released. The reason why I'm saying that, he took 60,000 pairs, right? What I remembered from Space Jams, Breads, and even Concords, they were, I think the Concord was the most, right? But they were roughly like 2 million pairs, a million, like it was like something like 1 million, 1.5 million men's pairs made, and then like 500,000 or something like that pairs made in GS sizes, right? Let me look this up. So let's look. Maybe this is something. Jordan 11, a link on number of years since 2014. This could be all not 100% correct, but from what they're saying, this is an article from Zeta Kicks, and take this as a pinch of salt, or whatever you want to call it, right? But they're saying that Jordan 11 109 times number of years since 2014 plus 9 something slope. They're doing all sorts of mathematical shit that gives them to the equation of 1.7 million pairs. While this amount may appear to be exaggerated, I estimate the figure will be between 1.2 to 1.7 million pairs. According to data I gathered from years released, nearly 99,000 pairs of shoes were made available via early access. And this sounds a little correct because of the fact that, like I stated before, cool gray or Jordan 11, here we go, hold on, Soul Retriever, it's usually always around 1 million pairs being sold. Even for Concords and Breads, there's always usually around 1 million pairs of these. And let's see, once again, even here it was saying that it was that, and we'll talk about why I'm so tuned in on this. 11 sneaker time in 40 hours. Okay. Rumored to have made around 1 million pairs Jordan shock drops. So even this, let's look at this up, right? Concord 11, because they did it for the, I'm spelling wrong, forgive me though. See, like this, yeah, according to leak account, Pino said there will be nearly 1 million pairs of Concord 11s in men's size, to be exact, and around 85,000 in additional pairs spread across these. So that's the Concord, and that was back in 2018. So Concord had over 1 million pairs, right? The Bread had very similar. Space Jam had very similar. It's roughly usually around 1 million pairs when it comes to these 11s each and every year. The reason why I'm so much hooked on that though is because this man took 600,000. So this man was willing to take, if we do 1 million pairs and he took 600,000, that means that man was trying to acquire, or at least set out to acquire, or at least jugged to acquire 60% of the total market of the whole entire Concord inventory, which was totally cap in general. You know, it's just no ways, you know, salute to Sergio. That's who tagged me into it. But this man was stating that he was going to have at least 60% of the actual inventory. That's where I think that at this point of time in December of last year, he must have knew that shit was about to hit the fan and that this was the inevitable. It just makes no sense at this point that she was willing to take that many pre-orders and he only acquired 6,000 pairs of 600K. What is that, like 1%? Alexa, oh, she's not working. My internet's not working. Yeah, she's having trouble connecting. Let me do my math real quick. So 600,000 times 0.1, yeah, 1%. he was able to fulfill in those orders. Jesus. Salutes to Brendan Dunn once again. You know, his article. I'll leave a link down below to this. Michael Melazade, whatever, Zeta Kicks, the infamous reseller who shut down his Oregon-based sneaker business this year and left customers with $1 million in outstanding orders, has been charged with wire fraud, conspiracy to commit bank fraud, and money laundering. A filing submitted in Oregon District Court Friday accuses Zeta of raking in millions of dollars off sneaker pre-orders he couldn't fulfill, and then spreading the money on high-end cars, designer bags, and millions of dollars on watches. His partner Bethany Mockerman, the CFO of the reselling business, is also being charged. Zeta Kicks is accused of defrauding customers through a scheme of selling pre-orders for coveted shoes that he wasn't able to fulfill, and Zeta did not have the ability to purchase the sneakers for less than the price at which he pre-sold sneakers. He did not have the ability. Okay. The filing from Friday reads, instead, he purchased sneakers from other third-party vendors for at or above the retail price. So as I stated before, and we talked about this in previous lives, and we might need to come back to do another live on this soon, he was always looking for the next dollar. That's what I usually looked for in this. So for instance, if I have the Jordan 3 Desert Elephants, right, whatever, they're about to drop tomorrow, and I took pre-orders on that shoe for $150, and I got, 100 people to order them, and I know that if I have 100 pairs and they're going, so let's put it this way, just pull this out. Let me explain to you the moving forward and chasing the future dollar more than the current dollar. So let's just say they cost $200. I was able to get them for retail, right? And I got 100 orders. That means I would need to come up with $20,000 to get those pairs from a store. I would need that amount of money, $20,000. But what I did was I charged people below retail months ago to get it, right? Months ago. And I got 100. So that's done. So I got $15,000 in my hand from all these pre-orders for months now. And I got to come up with an additional $5,000 to fulfill these people's orders. I got $15,000. I need to get $20,000 to fulfill these people's orders. The way Zeta was doing this was always about the future dollar. It was never about the current dollar. So he made this pre-order back in May, right? He did the pre-order. He got his $15,000. Cool. It's kind of hard to explain in this because it continues. It was a forever going cycle, but I'm pretty sure by now, if I would have did the pre-order in May at this time, that $15,000 is gone. It's already spent on something else, whatever. So the way it is though, he knows now, oh shit, the desert, he knows he's been spending his money and just keeps it rotating, right? But he knows, let's just say that it's Monday and that Saturday, which is really tomorrow, but tomorrow, my bad, it's Monday. This is the week of the Desert Elephant, right? I need to come up with $20,000 to purchase these guys' pairs. So what he's going to do now is start another pre-order right now. He would start the pre-order on, let's see, Fire Reds. So he would do another pre-order right now for Fire Red 3s. For the Fire Red 3s, he's going to charge everybody $180, $20 below retail. That's going to bring him in, say he gets 200 pre-orders. He gets $36,000 for those Fire Reds. He's going to take that $36,000 that he got for the Fire Reds, and he's going to use that money to cover for his Desert Elephants. So he pays them off. He gets them their shoes. Everybody's good. Now, he has $16,000. He has to come up with another $20,000 to pay off for the Fire Red 3s when they come. Fast forward. It's the week of the Fire Red 3s. He needs to come up with $36,000. Well, my bad. He took in $36,000. He needs to come up with actually $40,000 to actually buy from this retail market. He took in $36,000. He's short $4,000. But hell, that $36,000 that he initially spent, remember, he spent 16 of that to pay off the previous shoe. So try to bear with me. I know I'm all over the place, but he spent 16. He spent $16,000. Remember this? It's $36,000 he got from the Fire Reds. He spent $20,000 to pay off for the Desert Elephants. He was left with $16,000. I'm pretty sure he done spent that on Rolex and watches and all the above, so don't even really that goddamn matter. But it's the week of the Fire Reds. He has a well-known business. People are buying from him. He needs to get $40,000 to cover now for his Fire Red. Well, it was just leaked that in 2022, the Jordan 5 whatever is going to drop. There was There's a Jordan 5 Travis Scott that was just making some. I'm just making something off the top of my head. He needs $40,000. It's a new leak of a Travis Scott that's gonna be dropping in 2023. He's gonna charge you $200 for that because he knows it's gonna go for way more. And bam, with that, he drops the pre-order for that. This shoe's gonna drop in March or something next year. He's charging $200, and he gets God damn it, clear this shit. He's charging $200, and he gets 200 pre-orders. Not even that, man. Let's be honest. If he did a Travis Scott for $200, he gonna get probably 500. Really, he probably getting thousands. You seen he took 600,000 on a cool gray. So we're speaking on smaller numbers here. But bam, he just made $100,000 off the pre-order of the Travis Scott that he's selling in 2023. He's taking all these people's money in. He doesn't have to worry about getting them the shoes anytime soon because it's so far away. But he can now pay off that $40,000 that he needs for the Fire Red 3. He has $60,000 that he can splurge on other things right now. When Travis Scott comes around, rinse and repeat. When the Travis Scott comes around, he has to come up with $100,000. Well, he can. Oh, it just leaked that Alma Year 11 is dropping. Well, he can do another $200 pre-order, and he can get 700 pre-orders in, and he gets $140,000. You get what I'm saying? Over and over, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. It constantly is going on. It never stops. And there's sometimes when he couldn't even get those orders that he would then have to refund these people, but he would refund them in credit. So he wouldn't even be refunding these people in actual money. He's not sending no money back. He's giving you credit to his store to go purchase another pre-order. So it's always about the circle. As long as that boat is moving forward, he's always going to be able to grab money. The thing is, he just did so many of them and it piled up on him so much where he couldn't handle it, bro. It was so many pre-orders, so many shoes left and right. I think it was too much. But it was like he just had the next shoe lined up already. And the future shoe was the shoe that was paying for the present shoe. That's just how it worked out, man. And salute to Brendan Dunn. And yeah, man. We didn't even finish the damn story. Zeta Kicks story went viral when news of him dissolving his business first arrived in May. Since then, hundreds of customers have emerged with horror stories about the money they've spent on pre-orders that were never fulfilled. One Zeta Kicks buyer told Complex they had $500,000 tied up in outstanding orders. A court document detailing the criminal charges brought up against Zeta describes he would offer to buy back customer orders that he couldn't fulfill, covering the differences with cash and gift cards. Zeta allegedly accepted pre-orders for over 600,000 pairs of cool gray Air Jordan 11s in 2021, bringing in $70 million for his business. He only acquired just over 6,000 pairs per the filing. The description of the wire fraud count brought against Zeta says that on January 10th, 2022, he attempted to transfer $2.4 million from a PayPal account to a bank account of Zeta Kicks. Zeta is not hiding from his conduct, his lawyers said in the statement to Complex. He had consistently taken full responsibility for his actions and will continue to do so. He has cooperated fully with the federal government and receiver from day one because his primary goal is to minimize the financial harm to his customers and other interest parties. In their statement, his lawyer underlined that Zeta turned over the assets of his business to the receiver and turned over millions of dollars worth of personal assets to the federal government. He did so with understanding that those assets would go towards making the parties who have suffered financial harm as whole as possible in a fair and equitable way, and protect those parties from any creditor jumping the line to receive an unfair share, this lawyer said. Zeta will continue to work with the government to provide his remaining personal assets for the same purpose. Prosecutors say Zeta and his partner Mockerman provided false information, including altered bank statements, while applying for loans for Zeta Kicks. In total, the defendants submitted over 15 fraudulent loan applications, all which contain false and altered financial information. The court document says defendants received well over $15 million in loan funds from these applications. In the cost of money laundering, prosecutors allege that Zeta moved $790,000 from his business account to his personal account on June 7, 2021 to buy a $420,000 watch and a $79,000 car. If convicted, both defendants will be made to forfeit any property connected to their alleged crimes. And Zeta is also subject to a civil lawsuit filed by American Express last week that seeks monetary damage in excess of $2 million In that lawsuit, he's accused of fraud and breaching his contract with the credit card company. Well, more information flowing around, man. We'll see how this turns out. 600,000 pairs of cool grays. That is insane. But it is what it is. Justice is being served, and hopefully some people get their money back, man. Let me know you guys' thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. I love y'all. I'm out. Peace.